Alright, everyone. Welcome to episode number 57 of Everyday Thoughts. It's gonna be a bit more, I'd say, health-oriented episode. But it's gonna be quite quick, but that doesn't matter. So, turns out, actually, it's quite obvious, but it's again one of those things where like it's so obvious that you just would never think about it because it's just so obvious. And that is that your skin is an insanely good protector when it comes to germs and bacteria. And the only actual like openings for you to get sick or to get flus and so-called colds, which when it comes to colds, it doesn't really have to do with anything with you actually being cold, but it's just a synonym for the cold viruses. And the reason that you get even sick by these cold viruses is even though they may have the same RNA or very similar one to one you already had before and you have antibodies for, is basically that they just have a different outside structure and your antibodies can't sort of detect them and therefore fight them. But there are many ways to protect yourself from flus and from colds, and those are basically, there's been a study on people in general, touching their face after having shooken after they did shake or after they have shaken somebody else's hand. There you go. So basically, when you look at it, your only real entrance point for bacteria are your eyes and your nose. Or not your nose, but mouth. And a lot of times, or very often, turns out, after we shake somebody's hand, we touch our own face. And how do you get germs on your hand? Well, either you touch a surface that has germs on it, or you touch somebody else's hand that has germs on it. So, what you can do is just maybe be more cautious of how you touch your face and when you touch your face, and if you have clean hands when you touch your face. Also, I'd say cleaning your phone is probably a very good idea because our phones are hella fucking dirty if we don't clean them. That's also an option. And in general, just being more aware of you touching yourself in the face. And what's also crazy, what I didn't know, but I found really interesting, is when you have those sort of crusts when you wake up after you've slept, turns out those are actually dead bacteria that your eyes have been fighting all night long. I find that absolutely like insanely interesting because you can just see an sort of live reaction or live action of your immune system fighting, which I think is really fucking cool. And the last thing I have is that you can still spread your sickness or your virus, germs, whatever, after 6 days of your peak symptoms. So basically, the day you felt the absolute worst, 6 days, or during the next 6 days, you're still able to spread those germs, and unless you're completely symptom free, you are still most likely still spreading your germs. So that's basically it. That's a bit more biology focused, I'd say. Just a quick runabout, and that's basically it. I'll see you.